Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. My name is Michael, and today we are going to look at the first real park that I made in Planet Coaster. And so, this playlist that my wife and I are creating, and I know for sure we're going to do my videos and probably some of hers, but we're going to look at the parks we've made and just kind of look at how we've progressed and gotten better and so forth because none of us have played it on the computer, neither of us. And so this was really our first look at, and I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of different things trying to get better. And so I just kind of wanted to showcase different things and talk about what we've learned and stuff like that. Um, so as you can see here, this is the wooden roller coaster, and I thought at the time, hey, it's good to have all this stuff by the entrance. Not as much. Maybe that red one would have been fine, um, but definitely don't like how that turned out with the wooden coaster. And looking back on it, now this blueprint for how the park started was somebody created in the workshop, back in like December. So I can't remember the name of it, but I really like how they had almost like a little courtyard here when you come out. So they had these buildings right here, and I just added ones on the other side. Um, so let's start and look at this wooden coaster called the Giant. And at the time, I remember when I was building this ride, which I found this queue on the workshop. Um, I had seen somebody in a video place down ceiling, sealing a roof tiles basically, and I was like, oh, people can walk on that. So I thought basically you just put I don't know why I was thinking this. I thought you could put your railings wherever you wanted, and people would just follow that way. I didn't realize that they will start following the queue, so people are walking directly through here. I just wasn't thinking properly. Yeah, so I like how this turned out, placing the lights and stuff. And I found this station on the workshop. It had the wooden roller coaster already kind of started for you. Um, can't remember who did that, but and all this was so long ago that I forget kind of who did the certain blueprints, but I thought it was really cool, and yeah, it came with that little not shoe rack, but you know what I'm saying, cubbies to hold your materials and belongings. So if this coaster ever gets back, there we go. Now we can ride the ride. Alright, so there's the ride. Now, to look better in track view, but when you're not sitting in track view, this part right here is really quick and probably has too much G-force on it. Now, at night, I think I overlit this if I remember correctly. So I think early on I was very much on overlighting stuff. I mean, maybe not the best, but then inside here, I think that's, maybe that's a little too light, but not bad. I mean, we kind of learn as we go with certain things, right? And so here's what the park looks like lit up. Um, I think looking back here, I kind of lit this up a little bit too much with that red. It's a little too bright. Um, but yeah, so let's go over here to sorry. Now this one, honestly, I just needed. Um, I just wanted to place another ride at the end because I was just like, oh, I gotta hit the meter, right? Also, I built this ride when I didn't understand the concept of block sections in this game, and so I built a really long station just because I wanted to have multiple trains on the track. So, yep. All right, and that was also my first attempt at making a station, and like I said, I built this when the build limit was at the end, so I couldn't finish that part out. Um, Now here, um, I built this as like a mega light, basically, and now, there are multiple of them kind of in the world, and I know a lot of YouTubers who make coasters have also made their version of it. So an Intamin mega light, and before we ride the ride, let's go down here to the food court, which I like, except honestly, the management thing in this game just kind of annoys me. It's like some of the workers get such attitudes and quit and all this stuff, and yeah, so I think I did a fairly good job with this little eating area, even though nobody ever somehow comes and eats over here. Um, but yeah, so, and I think before we ride this, I put way too much in here. At the time, I thought that was good, but now that's just way too much. There's a, um, yeah, just can't really say much more other than I way overdid it there. But that was kind of at the beginning. I thought more is better in terms of stuff like that, and maybe sometimes with trees, because if you look at like the Google Maps of a roller coaster park, you really don't see any area that's not covered with trees, but it's just different than how I ended up doing it. So, let's test the ride. Let's go. And I think this is my favorite type of roller coaster to build on or build with in the game. All right, so once again, you can see the longer station, or a little bit longer station, but I actually have one train running. And it's funny, actually, as you'll see if you guys watch these videos I post with about my parks. I have a coaster, one of these coasters in every one of my parks that right after it goes down the hill, it turns. um, but like a couple things here, I did not space that part out well enough. Letting it ease into the bottom. And so obviously, I think that coaster more than the other wooden coaster is the one that you can tell. Okay, I'm new to this game and so forth. Yeah, so let's go back over here, man. I don't know why this is not moving the way I want it to move. There we go. So this, honestly, I still love this part's awesome. I think just kind of the naturey feel of it. Then you got the coaster that kind of goes through there. I just really like how this turned out. Some part too many trees, like right there, too many trees. But just the path interaction here is pretty cool. Um, so hopefully, let's see if a coaster. Yeah, here comes a coaster. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's really cool. Um, so I just kind of made the pathing rocks. Just something different, trying something new. So let's go. Let's ride the ride. Oh man, I don't know if I've really watched that from track view much to really see that. and, and it just smokes that other train. That came in the station way too fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that part definitely needed to. That was not good. Also, this part here, I think I didn't really understand the smoothing tool yet, and here I had to change the size of it, and doing so made it kind of awkward with the turn and kind of yeah. So that part was awkward. So not the greatest ride. Um, yeah, and so now here I wanted to kind of elevate it. So you got kind of a step up, and yeah, so it's another nice area. You got a drop tower in there, the Screaminator. There's a river rapids here, but as you're going to see in a second, it's really not much to it. No theming really. I just was like, oh, I'll try river rapids, and didn't really go as I was planning. Now, here I did. I tried to do like a Mr. Freeze type ride. So as you can see, just trying to have all this sci-fi type theming and stuff. So I probably overdid it there. But this was like the second ride I ever made in the game, and then I put it in this park. And like, if I tried to make this right now, I could probably do a much better job with it. Because I just didn't understand the concept of building on a station and stuff like that. So we're gonna turn this to night to ride this ride. So it's not the smoothest. There's some parts that are not necessarily smooth, but also these coasters in real life aren't really that smooth. So maybe that works. Alright, so there's the ride, Mr. Freeze. Now the last ride on here, let's see, let's go back to daytime. It's like, it's not the Hulk, but it's like the Hulk. And when I say it's like the Hulk, I mean in the fact that, well, you'll see. It's a launch coaster, so it's a launched vector. Alright, so that was, what do I call it? Bummershoot? I don't remember calling it that, but apparently I did. So, yeah, so that's my first ever park. I think there are some good things. Like I think this area, I think ended up well. Not necessarily all the trees on the outside, but just the design with the pathing and stuff and the plazas. My favorite coaster was this wooden one. Um, with probably this one second. Yeah, well, this one would have been second until this end part. But yeah, so what do you guys think about it? Make sure and like and subscribe to the channel. Are there any of the rides that you liked here, or were they all just bad? But hey, we got to start somewhere, right? So I'm gonna make other videos of my other parks just to kind of so I can go back to and see how much I have improved over the course of playing this game. And so thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.